I would like to now invite Mr. Mohfatraj Munot to give the vote of thanks.
Good evening. Our IFA chairperson, Normaji, Shinni Krishna Saab, today's dynamic speaker, Vandanaji Shiva, respected Sri D.R. Mehta Saab, friends. Before I express my vote of thanks, I would like to have 2-3 attentions, looking to whatever, I know that the FIAPO is doing a lot of work on policies with the government, fighting legal battles, coordinating with a lot of various associations. I got few suggestions, In today's environment, keeping the stray animals in a shelter is the best alternative. Because to keep them at home as earlier we used to have, or take care of them in the street is difficult. But we must work on a policy with the government. Look, if we are keeping them in a shelter, they must support. They must support as in normally in a drought time, at least in Rajasthan we know that there was a scheme where each animal per day is being given by the government. Similar schemes should be devised for all the animals which we keep in shelter, including the support for building the shelter. The management will be done by various NGOs, and on this policy we must work with the government, and that will take care of a lot of issues related to various animals which are being otherwise not taken care of. Second point is that today it is very important to spread the feeling of compassion. I personally feel that feeling is little lost, or most of it lost in a lot of people. They never think on these issues. And if that can be spread, and today the social media is very powerful, and if FIAPO can take up this responsibility to spread the karuna or compassion and create the passion in the people towards the animal, a lot of issues will be automatically sorted out. Today I am very glad to see a lot of youth here, and this way you can activate a lot of youth, and which will really be able to take care of the things much better. Third is that all the best practices of various NGOs, we must document it. We must support all these NGOs to how to run it better way. And whatever the best practices of each NGOs can be documented and spread over to all other NGOs so they can achieve the better efficiency. This coordination work, we must work a little more things, and in social media, all these cruelty towards animals and all that things, if can be documented and videoed properly and spread it, it will help to the society. I can narrate you one incident in my life. I was once traveling in Europe, and one Scandinavian gentleman was sitting next to me. After a little while, I asked him, what you do, what is your name, and all that things, and he said, I'm a hunter. I couldn't imagine, a profession can be a hunter. I have heard in India a passion of hunting. All these kings and other people do have a passion of hunting. But I never could imagine there could be a professional hunter. Maybe it's my own ignorance. And he said, Manika, then what you do or what you achieve? You know, whenever I get my prey or when I shoot and I am successful, I get a kick out of it. I said, that animal must be in a lot of pain at that time. Okay, yes. And if I do same thing to you, what will you feel? He kept quiet and kept absolutely mum for at least about 20-30 minutes. He didn't speak a single word. I thought he must be upset of my question. So he shut off the whole thing. But after 30 minutes, he spoke. I never thought in that direction. But what you say has got a lot of meaning. How can I hurt someone? I mean, I don't know what after that what he must have done or not, but at least, you know, I mean, he never thought in life, even hunting and killing so many animals, that yes, I am doing something wrong. So similar situation is of the society. If we can make them aware in a subtle way, without offending them, we will achieve a great purpose. With this, I first of all thanks Vandana ji for giving such a powerful address with lot of data, lot of ethos and lot of science behind it. And I'm sure if you really present it to the Niti Aayog, or Mr. Pangadia is a very dynamic person, and he himself is a vegetarian, if I understand correctly. I mean, at least he will listen to it. And if the government can come out with this understanding that this whole export which is being happening, it is killing our economy, killing our wealth. So I welcome Vandana ji for her powerful speech. I welcome and vote of thanks to all the participants. Because of you, but for you, this program would not have been successful. And on the top of it, my sincere thanks to the whole team of FIAPO who has worked very hard, and Norma, who's a figure behind it for making this whole program so successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Munot ji. And now last, I'd like to request Dr. Mehta to say a few words.
Mr. President, Vandana ji, Shivaji, Norma ji, Mr. Munot, and friends. Let me start by saying that it's a great privilege for me that I am part of the FIAPO family. This organization, though still very young, has done remarkable work. Few instances I know right now. They interceded on behalf of the horses and dogs of army. After attaining a certain age, they were just being shot. Norma ji also wrote a letter to the Defense Minister and that was stopped. There are about 15 to 20,000 horses in the army, horses and mules both. And at least 5% of them were being shot. And just because of financial rule that would bear the cost of feeding them. I'm told that in some states, like Assam, perhaps elephants get some pension after retirement. They are used by the forest department for carrying logs. So army has finally agreed not to kill them. I know Rajasthan chapter, young boys and girls, volunteers, they wrote a report on dairy, malpractices in dairies in Rajasthan. Recently I saw a big article on that, supporting that kind of proposal in the papers. It's an umbrella organization. It's an organization which has become the voice of the voiceless animals. Individuals are doing excellent work. Some organizations are doing excellent work. But you need an organization at the apex which argues for the matters which are in the nature of policy. You could save 100 animals individually or as an organization. But if policy succeeds, millions of animals would be saved. The point made by Mr. Munot about communication. 2 days back, Erika is here. I visited her place. Excellent animal care center, about 500 animals. And when I walk with her, I have the feeling that animals think that they think that she is their mother. The point I'm making here is, she was telling me that her daughter, a young person, 26-year-old, she's here. Where is she? Claire. She used the social media. And one video film, which she, about the animal care, was seen by 2 million people. That's the point you are making, Mr. Mohfatraj. My point is, it's a very valid point, and what is needed is that we spread this knowledge. Today the time has come when science is supportive of compassion. Point is, how do we combine the two? As time passes, everybody now knows that meat is bad for health. Still people might be eating, they are reducing their consumption. In the West at least. In India maybe it's growing. So how do we combine the two? Taking, it's not pure sentiment which would serve. It might help me, it might help you. But if you want to spread the work and save the animals on a large scale, then you have to combine the two. I commend the great work all of you are doing. The kind of fundamental duty Vandanaji mentioned the Constitution, Article 50A. That has to be implemented. We must urge to the courts some fundamental duties or directive principles. They are enforcing very rigorously, but some are not being enforced. The cases which you are fighting, again, that they show that what you can do. The kind of cruelty which has increased in the world, that has to be fought at all levels. And by building public opinion, fighting the case in the courts of law, and doing various other things. Once again, I thank FIOPO, management, Normaji, and all others for organizing this grand purposive function. Thank you very much.